In this video, we progress the stand-up paddleboard by making the fins and painting. I decided to make my own fins instead of buying ones that were pre-made. I didn't need professional level fins. I'm not a big surfer. I'm using this as a means of transportation in smooth water. I think the fins came out pretty well, and I plan to just glue them in the board as permanent fixtures to the board. I'm starting off making the fins for the board. I've got a paper cutout that I traced from the commercial board. Then traced the fins onto a piece of plywood. In fact, this is the same piece of plywood that I used on my first board. It's a scrap left over from a boat that I built a while back. Cut them out with a jigsaw, and they came out pretty good, but not quite perfect. So I clamped the two pieces together and sanded them as a single unit. That way they'd be symmetrical and smooth. And the results are pretty good. In the same way that I cut the rails onto the board, I'm also marking in from the edge a little bit with a pencil so that I can round the corners off. Using a file and then some sandpaper, I rounded off the corners and they came out looking fairly good. Now for painting the board. You can't use spray paint or anything with a solvent base because it'll dissolve the foam. So here I am just using plain old house paint. I wanted a bit of a pattern on the bottom, and I was going to use a bunch of different colors, but I started off with just not painting a couple spots in a diagonal where the purple foam was showing through. It was actually kind of challenging to make it come out okay. Once everything was painted though, I could see several divots. It's a little bit hard to see in this video, but little holes that I thought I had filled in weren't quite filled in as well as I thought they were. In the next video, we're going to start glassing the board. We're going to use several layers of a light-duty fiberglass that I just had from a project that goes back years ago, and I'll be putting on several layers. Also, we'll be gluing on the fins, and then I expect this board to be complete.